Hi, this is Joe and welcome to another Worldwide Corals video. In the past, we have featured our very large display tanks and even some of our micro builds like our 3-gallon Pico tank. Today we want to answer your request to feature more common sized reef tanks. We're here inside the Orlando Superstore at the Ecotech display wall. The tank we have here is the Waterbox 100.3, which has been set up and running since we opened in November 2019. It's a 71-gallon display tank and the dimensions are roughly 36 by 24 by 22 tall. The sump is around 30 gallons, giving a total volume of 100 gallons. We set this tank up as a mixed reef with a focus on easier to keep corals because we wanted to inspire our guests that reef keeping doesn't have to be challenging. Before we get into the corals and inhabitants of this system, let's talk about the equipment we selected. This Waterbox aquarium comes with a display tank, stand, and sump. We added a Vectra S2 DC pump that's up to 1,400 gallons per hour to control. We added more randomized flow in the tank when we installed 2 MP10 power heads. If you haven't used the Vortec line of pumps, the motor sits on the outside of the glass, keeping the heat out of your tank. All of these Ecotech products are controlled with the Mobius app. Getting into the lighting setup, we have 2 Radion XR15 G5 Pro lights on the Ecotech RMS mounts. We wanted to control the spread a little bit more so we can move our 2 XR15s out more over the sides of the tank. We run the lights for 12 hours a day with a mostly blue spectrum with then 4 hours of the light white to help with the coral growth. You can actually download this lighting schedule we have here right off our website. We'll also provide a link in the description below. We selected the Nios 120 skimmer on this setup and we run it about 6 hours a day. It's very easy to use as long as the water level in your sump is consistent. If the level is too high for your skimmer, look into getting a skimmer stand to maximize efficiency. We highly recommend this skimmer if you have to keep your tank somewhere quiet in your home or office. For the Aquascape, this was one of the first tanks we set up at Worldwide Corals with dry rock. We usually start with live rock, but we just want to do something different here inside the new store. To help cycle the tank, we use the Brightwell Dry Rock Starter Kit, which includes Microbacter Quick Cycle, Microbacter Start, and then finally Microbacter Clean. After about 14 days, the tank had finally cycled. As we said before, the aim for this tank was always a mixed reef, and many times we like to mix different color morphs of similar corals. This tank actually includes a few of those. So we actually have a Euphyllia hammer garden, a blasto garden, there's a zoa garden, acans, and also digis, cloves, and mushroom gardens. When putting similar species together, you can fill out more of the space on the live rock and not have to worry about the chemical warfare between different species. The maintenance on this tank is very basic. We just clean the glass daily. The skimmer gets cleaned out on Tuesdays and Fridays. We also do a 10% weekly water change while siphoning out the sand. Weekly changing of the filter floss as well, since we no longer use filter socks on this tank, and then the sponge is removed and cleaned once a month. This tank looks 10 times better than Carlos's tank, which is right over here. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks and see you next time.